Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Captain Giorgio, and today we're going to be covering the Olympic Games. Now, this always occurs every 4 years or so, and this time the Summer Olympics was held in Paris, France. Now that the games have concluded, let's look back and see which one were the best photographs that were taken. These are, in my opinion, one of the best ones. We're going to be talking about their compositional uses, how the photographers use the elements and principles of design to get such an appealing image. I'm excited for this video. I hope you are as well. Let's get to it. Alright, so the first image I want to present to you is this picture. So shout out to Mr. Gabriel Ball from Getty Images for giving us this presentation, and it's about a performance by Alba Bautista, who performed a ribbon dance in order to compete in the rhythmic gymnastics event. And I gotta say, when I first saw this image, I was very captivated by the use of color. The bright yellow as the background, it works really well with the performer's dress. Blue and yellows really complement one another. The photographer was able to capture right in the middle of the action as the performer was swinging over the ribbon. Now mind you, I don't know much about this event or how they're being critiqued, but the photograph itself came out really striking. I believe that this was the most captivating way to really show the beauty, if you will, of performing in a rhythm gymnastics event. So I really like this photograph. Again, the colors work really well. I like it. I like it. Alright. So the next image I want to talk to you about is the swimming event that took place right on the river of where the Eiffel Tower is. I don't really know what it's called, but this shot was very captivating in the sense that the photographer used a great sense of form and shape in order for us to navigate into this photograph. I really do enjoy, in all the mess, in all of the cacophony of the athletes and the water rippling, it really creates some form of beauty that this photographer captured, where it all works together to really showcase that everyone here is giving it their all. They're all battling for that finish line, and quite frankly, everyone here deserves to be here. They have been training for who knows how long, and I really do enjoy looking at this photograph. It really, again, shows the beauty of competitive swimming. So the next image I want to talk to you about is this one. I'm sure you've probably seen it in your social medias, in your Instagrams. I think I've even seen this on YouTube. People have been talking about it. It's gathered a lot of attention, and quite frankly, when I first saw this image, I was also very surprised as to how weird it looked. Is how are you able to capture an athlete in this position? I thought it was fake. I thought it was AI, but no. This was gathered right in a split second as an action shot, while the athlete was, I think he was from Brazil. He had just found out he had won first place due to the surfing event. He performed this one last flip, and for some reason, the board ended up being parallel to his body, and that's very interesting because if you isolate just the two subjects, both the surfboard and the person, the athlete, you get like this both parallel lines. If you just blur your vision for a bit, you end up getting these two sticks right in the middle, and it's very interesting to look at because everything is being pushed towards the center. It tells us everything we need to know. Our man here just got first place, and who couldn't be any more happier, right? So congrats to him, and I wish him well. Great shot by the photographer. Now this next photograph I want to talk to you about was again another surfing event, and this time the use of color here, again, wow, all the blues here and whites really come together to tell a story. Her name is, I believe, Miss Brina Hennessy of Costa Rica. She's duck diving during the wave as she gets third place, bronze, which is, hey, not that bad. The reason I enjoy looking at this photograph a lot is because we are living like in a transic moment. The light being reflected amongst the water, and everything all being blue. It just spells surfing and passion. And we get this nice sense of composition because you see that diagonal line right in the center? That really divides the frame into what the subject is doing versus the monstrosity of Mother Nature. It really showcases just how small and minuscule we are compared to the overall planet and the forces of nature. I really enjoyed this photograph. So this, when I first saw this, what really grabbed my attention was actually the ramp. It being pink and outlined with whites and blues, it's very colorful and immediately grabs my attention towards the board, which is grinding down this ramp. And as you look further up, you're seeing the awesome skater here. I believe her name is Miss Gary Jones, and wow, from Great Britain. She's pulling out some crazy action in her board, ripping them tricks. And again, this photographer who probably looks like they used a fishlight lens, either that or it was shot like in a wide lens, but you can see the curvature and how everything is kind of distorted to really showcase the wide spectrum of this whole scene. Really captivates and works really well, especially when you're capturing it at the edge of a ramp. It really shows the impact of the scene. She comes off as being extreme, she comes off as being professional, overall very talented skater. The texture of her knee pads probably showcases that this person has been training for this trick lots and lots of time. So you really do see the hard work that someone has to put in order to perform in these kinds of events, right? And things like that I pick up. And it's very interesting when you start developing this eye where you start noticing these little things and you kind of come up with a story up in your head. It's a lot of fun, and this is why I enjoy looking at these photographs. Now this one, if there's any other image that showcases space in its effectiveness, it's definitely this one. So when I first saw this image, I thought it was water. I thought it was being on top of the ocean, but it's not. It's actually hockey, field hockey, I believe. So I really do enjoy watching this photograph because it just showcases the amount of force that this person used to hit that ball. And because this is an art channel, look at how much space was being used in this composition. Really only lets us focus on just two things: the athlete, the ball, and that rainbow looking thing in the center. It just adds another visual element that makes this image look very appealing to us. Politics aside, I really do enjoy this photograph because it showcases the human nature of people, right? We all want to celebrate our achievements these days and we all want to share about it. So what do? We take selfies as part of a outcome of sharing our wins to everyone. And in this case, it just so happens that the winners of this event ended up being from countries that don't get along with each other. And that's kind of like why this image made such a big impact. Okay, whoa, where do I even begin with this? This image showcases us a way that form was used to create this very abstract structure. The sense of like a butterfly or a moth. I don't know if you get the sense of that, right? With the goggles and the arms and everything, and the ripples creating like this wings, if you will. It's very symbolic. I believe this is the butterfly event where swimmers have to do some kind of a specific move in order to race. In this case, the photograph really showcases the power of these swimmers. Well, you take a look at their muscles, you take a look at the impact it's making in the water, all those ripples, all those splashes, and it really distorts the background. I don't know what was up there, but I'm imagining that this person has wings that's going to be crossing across the water. And from this perspective, it looks like it's like a moth, a butterfly, if you will. So, in this photograph, we see a lot of athletes lay on the track with their fellow competitors after completing their last event. Now, I believe this was the decathlon, so I think that's like 10 events they all have to do, and like in the end, they get, I believe, critiqued. I'm not sure how much of it actually works, but again, it just showcases the unity of people that we may not be so different. Everyone here comes in for the love of the sport, And what better way to showcase it than having a collage of nations coming together and showcasing well, their strengths, their ups and downs. You could see it in their expressions. If you go over and look at every single one of their athletes, everyone's thinking about something. And in this image, the use of color really emphasizes a lot. And that really gives me an appreciation for this image because it's very eye catching, it really grabs your attention, and going around, I'm really emotionally invested as to reading everyone's expressions here. Everyone had their ups and downs in that day, and this photograph just shows that sports really do unite us. Alright, and in this photograph, we have here the table tennis event, I believe. In terms of information, you don't gotta write it out in a paragraph what's going on. We know what is happening. We have the ball, the background with the expression. This person is focused. It's game time. Let's go, Paris 2024. Wow, what a way to showcase the energy of the events and the competition, the amount of preparation that takes place. This image showcases it all. The contrast between the whites and the person's face really makes this image very simple to look at, very easy to read, and it gives us an impact. It shows to us that it's game time. It's time to go. So yeah, very energetic photograph. I like this. That's why it really grabbed my attention. Now, if you go back into this video, you'll see that these photographers, they didn't use every single element or principle, but they used only a couple. And notice how they were able to create a really nice shot that was very easy to read, and it tells us a whole story, sometimes even gives us the energy that someone might be going through inside that image. It's very impactful the way that images can be showcased to us in order to transfer the energy, the message, and the overall feel and the vibe of what was happening in the shot. You don't have to use all the principles of design either. You can just pick the ones that you see at the moment, frame it as such, and then edit it. Some of them were probably edited in order to make the colors pop, but all in all, they are all very appealing to look at. And that's the thing about photography. We're being showcased the world of what the camera sees, not what we see. So, all in all, I really do enjoy looking at all these pictures, talking to them, giving you my 2 cents, and I really hope you like this video. Make sure to give it a like if you enjoyed, subscribe button. Those were my favorite photographs. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I get to see you in the next one. Alright, that's all for now. Peace.